Well, hello everyone, I am Fracture, and this is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, and I'm using Restored Content Mod 1.8.1. So, at the end of our last video, we had worked our way through some sort of underground facility the Zerka were using as a base, fought our way through that, enabled a reactor, got a ship, and flew to the southern polar region, at which point the HK droids that we see here had tracked us down, and one of them was able to shoot us out of the sky. So our landing on this mesa, though it may have been our destination anyway, was, well, any landing's a good landing. So, this is the cliffhanger I left you with. Let's continue. Any reason you shot down my vessel? Yeah, I'm not so stupid as not to know. How many of you are there? 3. Yeah, don't need that one. Okay, well, any reason why you shot down my vessel?
Unnecessary clarification.
Yeah, absolutely.
We merely wish to cripple your vessel. Once we tracked your coordinates, we were able to deploy several droids in this location. Probing query. We are, however, curious as to why you chose to come to the remnants of the polar Telos irrigation system. There is nothing here that our instruments can detect. Eager threat. But we are looking forward to extracting your motives for coming here when we place you in torture restraints.
Southern polar irrigation system. Seems like counterproductive. You'd have to heat everything. What are you assassin droids doing here? Assessing the situation.
Self-evident answer. Wherever you try to run, we will be there, armed and ready. Rhetorical query. So the query you have posed to us is one we put to you. What are you doing here, we wonder?
Freezing. If you want to fight, then come on. Oh. Very decisive. And just in case, oh, I see she's leveled up, but we'll hold off on that for a second. We'll have her just do that. Get a freebie. Okay, let's do that again.
Everyone down!
That's fun. It certainly made quick work of all those mines, didn't it?
Systems failing, Master.
Just stand there, Kriya. Guess what's going to happen? Oh no, I guess they didn't. I was expecting them to explode. Wow. That droid destroy thing is rather overpowered. It's impressive as hell. Get items. Some nice stuff here for the droids when we get back. Some prezzies. While Daddy was away on a trip. Bayodur, yeah, well, you can just stay there. If you click on him, it says he'll be fine if you just get him indoors, and then of course you can't actually get him indoors. I wonder if this is a natural occurrence. And actually that reminds me again, indulge me while I do this. I continue to forget. In we go, Polar Plateau Interior. Dum dum dum.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Who are you? Ba-dum.
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense people come to no harm.
Alright. Very well. I did not come here to do battle.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes.
Fargan ice hole.
Academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the Academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scowl like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of the Jarek can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
Wow, that was, well done for one thing, and quite revealing. So I wonder what Atten has in his past.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the Exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Well, truthfully, I guess, that I'd choose number 2, but obviously they're not my slaves, so that's a dark side one. Well, the forward answer is I'm looking for my ship so I can leave Telos. It was not my intention to come here, Atris, or see you again. Why do I know her? I've never... Well, obviously she's from my past. I think I will go with number 3 here. It was not my intention to come here, Atris, or see you again.
Yet here you are. Perhaps you do not know yourself as well as you think. Regardless, your arrival here begs an explanation. Have you come to face the judgment of the Council, as you did so many years ago? Are you finally willing to admit that we were right to cast you out?
Refresh my memory, why did you do that? The Council exiled me out of fear of Revan, of me, and what we represented. Maybe you should admit that it was the Council's decision that led to this Jedi Civil War. That's kind of what I think. You know, the typical Jedi, they just wanted to sit around and do nothing and see what happened, and I wasn't willing to do it, basically, is the way the story's playing out. Yeah, this sounds at least positive motive. I could not stand by and allow innocents to die in the Outer Rim.
So you said, so long ago. I didn't believe it then, and I don't believe it now. You sought adventure. You hungered for battle. You could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
My punishment could have been worse. For that I'm grateful. I also recall you wish me imprisoned, or worse.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the center stone. I have kept it, so I would
I'm
never
assuming
forget.
that was not a euphemism. So there's my lightsaber. Single hilt, Viridian, as I said, it's green. Like none ever seen before. Let's play the good guy. I was no longer a Jedi. It was no longer mine.
Indeed. A lightsaber is the mark of a Jedi. When you turned your back on the Order, it was not yours anymore. I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
I wish to earn the right to carry my lightsaber again. Sure. I think we're kind of playing her for the fool, which I don't think she is, but sure. I wish to earn the right to carry my lightsaber again.
Become a Jedi again? That is a thing far out of reach. But I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
I went to war to protect others, not for battle.
So your choice was to meet the aggression of the Mandalorians with more aggression. That is not the Jedi way.
And the Council's way was to meet aggression with surrender. I'll take my choice any day. Maybe. That seems a little too forthright here. Is the Jedi way to let people be massacred? Yeah, that's a good one. Question with a question. I told you it was not aggression. I was defending others. The Mandalorians were butchering innocent worlds that we had sworn to protect. Yeah, that one sounds pretty good.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war, and it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way, and you turned on us.
I'm just starting to realize the Force is starting to sound a lot like Asimov's psychohistory from the Foundation novels. I wonder if I'm Harry Seldon here. Were you not tempted to help the innocent? I did not lose myself there. I found myself. Were you not tempted to help the innocent? Yeah, let's turn this back at her.
Of course I was. But the Jedi teachings require we examine how we may best help them. Action without reflection is not our way.
So you were content to let the Outer Rim die for the sake of teachings? Tell that to the millions who died in the war, lives that we could have saved if Jedi had acted earlier. Our teachings do not mean we should stand by and what. Oh, these are all good. Hesitation and passivity are also strong emotions, ones we should guard against. I'm not here to debate. No. Boy, those are all good. Yeah, I think the safest. Well, I like 3 and 4. Yes, hesitation and passivity are also strong emotions.
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
If we had not fought, the Republic would have fallen. That's a fact. Well, we don't know that as a fact, I suppose. Even the Mandalorians admit that Revan turned them back. No, there was no guarantee we would win, but if we had not acted, the Mandalorians would now rule the Republic. We could have waited, but defeating the Mandalorians after they had won would have been difficult. Have you been reading the history of the blind? Revan won the war. No. Yes, there was no guarantee that we would win, but if we had not acted, the Mandalorians would now rule the Republic.
A physical victory, perhaps, but the real victory lay in
the triumph of pacifism, surrender. And how many people would have died if the Mandalorians hadn't been stopped? If we hadn't stopped them, the Republic... Wow, this is a tough discussion. If we hadn't stopped them, the Republic would have been destroyed. The triumph of the Jedi teachings is a cold thing when there is no one left alive to appreciate them. That's a good point. I'm not here. No. I want to continue this discussion. Yeah, let's. The triumph of pacifism, surrender.
Do not twist my words. A physical victory is not the only victory or the only loss.
Your words would have rung hollow if the Mandalorians had crushed the Republic and conquered the galaxy. If we had not acted, thousands of worlds would have been pillaged and burned of life. And how many people would have died if the Mandalorians hadn't been stopped? Nice words, but we listen to you. We read the Mandalorians right now. Your words would have rung hollow if the Mandalorians had crushed the Republic and conquered the galaxy. Seems a bit harsh, but given the choice, I kind of like it. If you only trust in the Force to settle events and disregard the need to act, then the Mandalorians would rule the galaxy. Oh boy, I shouldn't have scrolled down and read that one. It's good too. Your words would have rung hollow if the Mandalorians had crushed the Republic and conquered the galaxy. If you trust only in the Force to settle events, and this kind of seems to support me better. Again, reinforcing why I had to act. Yeah, let's go with this one.
You do not know...
You do not know. If the Mandalorians had won, would the Jedi have fought then? Or simply had meditated on what to do? Oh, please, anyone who stepped outside the Jedi archives would know it. I have only one experience to guide me, and I only have my experiences to guide me, and they tell me you and the Council were wrong. You are correct. I do not know, and neither do you. Well, that's true. I kind of want to be confrontational. If because I'm not really a Jedi, so yeah, it's not like I have to really stick to the code anymore. Yeah, if the Mandalorians had won, would the Jedi have fought then, or simply meditated on what to do?
How dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
I'm thinking that didn't go so well, but this is good too. Your anger. Is it because you secretly wish you had the strength to follow me into war?
What? What do you mean?
Wow, that threw her, didn't it? I could see it in you. You wanted to fight by my side, but you were too scared to defy the Council.
You're wrong, just as you were when you defied the Council. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions. So answer me. If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here?
I'm looking for my ship, simple as that, so I can leave Tellus.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
It was an accident? No, it wasn't an accident. I admit nothing. I know nothing. Yeah, I guess accident is as close as we can come. The destruction of the Paragus mining area was an accident.
Ah, an accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
Yes, Tellus is doomed, and I could care less. I couldn't care less. Paragus was nothing compared to what, why don't you tell me? I know I put Tellus in jeopardy, but I had no choice.
No, your crime is much more than that. Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
Well, then it should be at a higher orbit, shouldn't it, if it's going to decay that fast? What do you mean? Why is Tellus so important? So what? Paragus was nothing compared to... what do you mean? We'll play dumb now.
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
It's almost as bad as the Jedi letting the Outer Rim die during the Mandalorian Wars. Ooh, that'll piss her off. Yeah, gonna use that, I think.
So you still hold to your flawed convictions?
You betcha.
If you think to anger me, you are wrong. How is it that you are not content to confine your ruin to yourself? You must spread it to others wherever you go. Ruin yourself with your actions if you will. But when your actions bring harm to others, then you must answer for it.
So now I get blamed for the actions of the Sith?
The Sith? What do you mean?
The Sith have returned, and they are hunting all Jedi.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. Tell me, where did you encounter them?
The scars? Yeah, just a little lower. 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 The Sith came for me on Paragus to kill me. If you seize my ship, you'd know I was at Paragus. Of course she knows that. Yeah, the Sith came for me on Paragus to kill me.
Paragus? What would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
The Sith believe me to be the last Jedi. They intend to exterminate all Jedi everywhere. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
There are no more Jedi, except I. Like you, they turned from the Order, and now only I remain. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
If so, then I offer my help. You need it. You'll need it. Were there any survivors of the Jedi Civil War? They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them. And they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Your aggressive tactics is questionable. Other Jedi we can ask for help. Were there any other survivors of the Jedi Civil War?
I said I was the last of the Jedi, Exile, and I did not speak falsely. There are others who were once Jedi, but no longer. They will not take action against this threat.
And you will? There's a change. But I could track them down, maybe change their minds. If so, then I offer you my help. You'll need it. Then there is nothing to be done. Very well, then give me my ship back and I will depart. You can face this threat alone. But I could track them down. Maybe they'll change their minds.
You offer your aid after turning your back on me, on the Council. The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
Wow, persuade, persuade. But I always understood war, and that's what you need. The Sith have numbers on their side. You'll need all the allies you can get, Jedi or not. I'm not doing this out of fear. I want to help. You can't do this alone. I offer my assistance. I'm not doing this out of fear. I want to help.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
If there is anyone who can aid us, I will find them. I will gather what help I can and assemble them on Dantooine.
Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove him, mistress. Come with us.
I usually come first.
Are you all right, mistress?
The exile brought up feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
Wow. See, folks, that's what good writing is like. They really can make video games with some amazing storylines. That was pretty impressive. All right. I think, though, as always, I thank you for watching and I thank you for listening. I encourage you to leave comments, suggestions, or infantile abuse. I promise I read it all. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel or give me the thumbs up. And we will see you next time. I know you can't wait. Have a good one, folks. Cheers.